What's up, guys? Today we're doing a Minecraft tutorial. We're going to be going through the mines and collecting as many diamonds as we can find. So yeah, stay tuned and like the video.
Okay, so I'm a US citizen, and I think that this place is great, but I also believe we can do a lot better than we're doing right now. That's why for this video series, I'll be attempting to create a better society than the one we have right now. But instead of writing a cute little red book, I'm going to be running around in Minecraft like a real scholar. The first step on this journey will be determining what a good life looks like. That way, we're all on the same page with why I'll be making the choices I make in terms of how this is organized. To start out, let's look at what the ideal was before now. Historically, the ideal life changed with the times. Way back in the day, it was plunder village, eat rock, ride wife, life good. Not so far back, it looked like getting your first job when you're about 10, buying a house in your 20s, starting a family, and mowing your lawn all the time. The American dream. Today, it's renting your first apartment when you're about 50, raising a dog or two instead of kids, working from your house, hitting the gym, and crafting the ultimate highlight reel for your platform of choice. All these choices sound pretty awesome, right? Wrong. Oh, I can't yell. Each of these scenarios assume that material prosperity is a reliable measurement for a good life. What about the countries you can visit where people have next to nothing, but everybody is super kind and joyful? How about the dad that worked really hard to give his life the son? How about the dad that worked really hard to give his son the perfect life? Come to find out now his son is 34, living at home hooked up to an IV of gamer subs, and is living to max out every female character on Genshin Impact. Clearly, material prosperity is an unreliable means of measuring a person's life. There are, of course, more metrics out there, other than net worth and Instagram. But when I looked up what is a good life, there were like 7 search results. So to keep things simple, we're gonna make our own outline. We'll make a physical representation of the foundational principles that outline the ideal life envisioned for every citizen of Camlantis as the first build in our civilization. It shall be called the People's Pillar. The base of the pillar will represent the most fundamental aspect of every person's existence, purpose, which is the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Contrary to what American culture says today, I would argue that not every purpose is made equal. For example, this villager's purpose is to create mending books that are of high value to progression within the Minecraft world for me and whoever else meets him. On the other hand, we've got this jobless cretin who exists only to have unintelligible discussions with other villagers. One provides a service that moves the player closer to slaying the Ender Dragon and seeing the end credits. The other does not. Life is at least a little more complex than Minecraft, and there is certainly a discussion to be had around subjectivity. But for the purpose of this project, I will build on the assumption that there is a creator, so life does have meaning. To help the citizens of our society judge the value of different purposes, we'll break things up into 3 tiers: low, medium, and high. A low purpose is one carried out in the name of oneself. An example would be eating a Dorito because it is pleasurable. A medium purpose is one carried out in the name of others. This could be like prolonging the lives of those around me by sharing my Doritos. A high purpose is one carried out in the name of God. For this one, I'm actually denying myself Doritos to keep my body more pure. To have an ideal distribution of purpose, a citizen of Camlantis must aim to maximize their efforts in serving a high purpose, minimize low purpose, and fill in the gaps with medium. Great, now we can determine how important our purpose is, but what about whether it's good or bad? Well, fear not, citizens, because we'll have a test for that too. Every action shall be deemed as improving or diminishing the respective purpose it serves. If it improves one level and/or diminishes a lower one, it is a good purpose. If it does not, then it is a bad purpose. Let's check out some scenarios to help clarify things. Alright, let's say my goal is to raid the base of every lesser than in existence, and take every diamond for myself. This purpose diminishes others while improving oneself. Therefore, it is a bad purpose. Now my coffers are overflowing and upkeep is tedious. So I decide to give half my diamonds away to whoever I meet that is lacking. This is a good purpose, because it diminishes oneself while improving others. At this point, I decide I miss those diamonds I parted ways with, but raiding villages is too easy, so I decide to leverage my newfound adoration and tell people that God commands them to give me their diamonds, because he thinks I'm great. This is a very bad purpose, because I'm diminishing both medium and high to improve myself. Of course, lots of scenarios are going to be more nuanced than my examples, but this portion of the People's Pillar is the base, so broad strokes only. Lastly, you're probably wondering what I'm using to determine whether something has been improved or diminished. Well, if every determination is just what I think, then I'll be a tyrannical founder and, much worse, intellectually inconsistent. I already made the claim that there are objective truths which indicate the value of a purpose, so we'll need a reference that carries higher authority than me. So, obviously, we'll be going to the Constitution of the United States of America. No, I'm just kidding. The whole goal here is to one-up the US as a society, so we'll be going with something older and more influential, the Bible. It has a lot of good advice for living a better life, but to keep things simple, we're going to look at the 10 big ones, which can actually be simplified further into 2 commandments. These will serve as the highest imperative to which all else will be referred, which is why I wrote them down on these nice signs right here, conveniently attached to the ground that the pillar is resting on. Well, that is going to wrap up part 1 of this video series. If you like this content, then make sure to like the like button. If you don't like this content, comment iguana 20 million times in the comments. Alright, see you next time.